Eddie Bravo on the podcast, we dropped some knowledge about weed. We had to cure up some haters.
Yeah.
We had talked about this. Unfortunately, Eddie's got some haters online, and people make some unfortunate statements. And one of those statements was made about him being a bad role model because he says that marijuana enhanced his life, and marijuana helped his jiu-jitsu, and marijuana helps his music and his creativity. And some jiu-jitsu guy who we both respect, an amazing jiu-jitsu guy, but unfortunately he's got a shitty idea about what weed is. So
I used to be just like you, Comprito. I used to hate potheads. I was worse than you until I did some research and found out the truth. You can find out the truth too, Comprito. Just buy some books. You can go to Barnes and Nobles and they have a whole section on weed, and it's not negative stuff. It's a whole section on weed.
But it's funny because when someone makes a big statement like that and makes a big deal out of you smoking weed and says you're an idiot, man, they do way more harm for the cause of anti-weed than they do good. You know, because calling you an idiot, all it does is make them look silly and irrational. And then it gives you an opportunity to defend yourself. And then when you defend yourself, fucking facts start flying out, and information and emotional testimony where you're talking about and you're praising the positive effect. It's way more advertisement for weed. Every time someone steps up and says something shitty about weed, the backlash is way bigger now than it's ever been before.
The weed movement actually needs people like Comprito to call us idiots, because then we bring out the facts, and then, you know, the people that are on the fence about weed, you know, a good portion of them, when presented with the correct facts, they'll go, oh shit, they'll jump over. People way on the other side of the fence, we're never going to get those guys, not right now. They're too caught in their ways. That's fine. I mean, I used to be there.
I totally understand what their feelings are about drugs fucking up your life and ruining and becoming a crutch. I know exactly what you're saying. You're absolutely right that for some people, some drugs can become a crutch. What marijuana is to me and what it is to Eddie is not. It's a spiritual thing. It's an entheogen. It's something that connects you to truth. It's something that connects you to a higher feeling of understanding, a higher sensitivity. And I refuse to accept the fact that that's bad for you. I think if used and harnessed correctly, it's most certainly good for you, and that if people learned about how good it is for you, it can enhance their life, including cops, man, including all these people that think it's bad and they think people should go to jail for it. It can enhance your life too, man. There's a lot of shit that people should go to jail for. You're right. There's a lot of drugs that are terrible for you. You're fucking right. There's a lot of drugs that if you sell them, you're a piece of shit and you should be removed from society. I agree with you. But pot's not one of them, man. You're throwing it in there for all the wrong reasons, and if you look at it correctly, you realize that this is something that makes people happy, and it's nature, and it's put here on Earth. People have had a symbiotic relationship with this plant for 10,000 fucking years.
And the only reason we keep talking about it is because we can get thrown in jail for it. Even though the state says it's legal, the feds, you know, the DEA, they think they could just come in and just ignore state law and just put people in jail. That's why I'm talking about it all the time. I'm trying to do my part in the legalization process.
To open people's eyes.
Once it's totally, completely legal and everyone's cool with it, and I'm not going to really talk about it no more. There's really no need.
Everyone's going to know. It'll be knowledge. It'll be something that's commonly understood instead of right now it's commonly misunderstood. That's the end of our Marijuana program. 10thplanetjj.com, bitches. Represent. Shh.
I thought the same thing. You know, I didn't start smoking pot until about 5 years ago. I thought pot made you stupid. You know, I bought into it just as much as anybody did. I realized when I was like 30 years old that I was tricked. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. People say, well, you can abuse marijuana. Well, shit, you can abuse cheeseburgers too. You know, you don't go around closing Burger King because you can abuse something. I can take a fucking fork and jam it in my eyeballs. That mean forks should be illegal? You know, I could jump off a bridge. Should we outlaw bridges? Let's nerf the world. Spokesmen for giant special interest groups, whether those special interest groups be law enforcement, or whether they're private prisons, or whether they're pharmaceutical companies, or whether they're oil companies. We have spokesmen for gigantic corporations that are trying to calm us and get us to press the right button in the voting booth. It's real simple. You put your loafers on, you put your black socks on, you get in your car, you have your briefcase, you say hi to your neighbors, he mows his lawn just like you do, and things keep moving along in the same direction they always have been. That's why marijuana laws exist. If people do drugs and they commit crimes around those drugs, they should in fact be punished. But you can't punish someone for something that hurts no one. In 10,000 years of known use of marijuana, there's never been a single death attributed to marijuana. There's 400,000 deaths in America alone every year that are directly attributed to tobacco. How many people in this country alone are addicted to antidepressants? How many people who are on antidepressants really have imbalances, and how many of them just got off of a bad relationship and they're depressed? The people that have personality problems and the people that are going to be lazy and going to lose their job, they're going to lose their job anyway. They're not losing their job because of marijuana. That's just a lie. Great quote that life is a tragedy to those who feel and a comedy to those who think. And if you are a thinker and you look at the marijuana situation and you're not laughing, you're fucking dumb. It's a weird thing that you do when you make nature against the law. There's a movement in this country, and some people have more faith in it than I do. Maybe from hosting Fear Factor all those years, I've lost my faith in human beings and their intelligence.